See, you know what? Because I heard the click stop and I thought you stopped. What's up guys, it's Lucas and you're watching Fine Tuning. I own quite a few nice guitar amplifiers. Fenders, Marshalls, Mesa Boogies, Peavies, and of course my beloved Legends. And as a general rule, if it sounds great, it also weighs a ton. But I'm a tone fanatic, so I carried heavy amps and racks and pedal boards to gigs for years. Even to those original music gigs where you had like a 30-minute set and 15 minutes to get on and off stage and there's like 6 other bands. It's awful. You guys ever do those gigs? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But I did it over and over again because I care about the sound. So when I tell you that the BluGuitar AMP1 Iridium edition is now my main rig, it's not because it's so compact, it's because it sounds that good. So what exactly is the AMP1? It's an all-analog 100-watt nanotube amplifier that is the size of a Super Nintendo. Wait, some of the younger dudes may not get that. It's the size of 2 VHS tapes. That's not any better. iPad. It's the size of an iPad. So there are actually 2 versions of the AMP1 in production right now. That's the Mercury edition, which is the kind of more silver looking one, and then this one, which is the Iridium edition. They're kind of set up the same way, have the same control set. It's just that this one is kind of geared more towards modern guitar players. It's got kind of like a tighter bottom and maybe a little bit more gain. The AMP1 has 4 channels. That's clean, vintage, classic, and modern. In the standard mode, you can access clean in any one of the drive channels as well as the built-in boost and reverb. So what you do is you have a 3-position selector here and you select either vintage, classic, or modern. And then this switches between your clean sound and whichever one of those drive channels that you've picked. And then this button here is for turning on and off your boost, and this button here is for turning on and off your reverb. For controls on the front here, you can see we have volume for the clean channel, gain and master for the drive channel. You have a global 3-band EQ, bass, middle, and treble. You have a reverb control and then a master volume that governs everything on the amp. And on the side, we have some micro knobs here. You can see there are knobs for the amount of boost, the tone and volume of both the modern and classic channels, as well as the tone for the clean channel. And you have a switch for controlling whether your effects loop is serial or parallel, as well as whether you want the noise gate off, you want it in a soft, kind of more vintage mode, or if you want it really tight for metal. And then on the I/O strip, you can see we have the guitar input, we have a send and return for your effects loop, we have a headphone/recording out, and then here's our speaker outputs, 8 and 16 ohms. And then we also have the remote one slash a foot switch jack. Now the recording/headphone out here has a default speaker simulation on, but you can switch it off if you want to use your own. And the foot switch jack here will work with the standard 1 or 2 button foot switch, the remote one, or with a special adapter you can use MIDI, which is actually what I'm doing with my rig. And with the BluGuitar Easy Locks, which I'm also using, you can easily mount and dismount the AMP1 for use by itself or with your pedal board. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to take it on and off your pedal board and just use it by itself when you've spent all that time wiring it up? Because you can use the AMP1 in preset mode. You can choose any channel and then add boost and or reverb, and then you can assign that to one of these 3 foot switches for preset mode. Then when you use your amp in preset mode, which you do by holding down the reverb switch while you power the amp on, you can instantly recall 3 different settings, anything that you like. So, you know, you might have a clean sound here, and then like a rhythm sound here, and a lead sound here, and any combination of reverbs and drives and boosts and channels, whatever. 3 different settings that you can use on the fly like that. And oh my god, do I love modular stuff like this. So if I'm gonna go play like a 3-hour cover set with a band, then I have my full pedal board with all the extra stuff and the bells and whistles and the switching and et cetera, that's fine. I have plenty of time to set up, that's great. But if I wanted to say just go sit in with somebody, or I want to go play at like an open mic jam or something, then I can just pop this off the pedal board and have 3 presets, and I just take this and a guitar and I'm ready to go. So let's hear what the channels sound like. There are really too many variations to show you everything the AMP1 does, so let me just show you the 4 channels with my preferred settings. I'm running the AMP1 Iridium edition into my Legend 212 cabinet, which is made of oak, and it has warehouse lead 80 speakers in it, and it's mic'd with a Shure SM57. Let's start with the clean channel with the reverb engaged. There's such a sweet, friendly sort of bounce to that tone. It feels good to play, kind of like my old Fender Blues Deluxe. It's a very American, clean tone, and I really like it. Next, let's try the vintage mode. To me, that is the ideal super lead tone. It's crunchy and the top end sizzles just enough, but it still has a nice firm bottom and it doesn't fart out when you dig in really hard. You could spend thousands of dollars and years of your life trying to find a super lead that sounds like that because they're all different. And they also have to be deafeningly loud to do it too. So now let's hear the classic mode. classic mode to me has a wider, I guess, mid-range and a slightly softer attack that sort of reminds me of like my Legends or one of my boogies. This is the channel that I like to use for lead lines because it's super musical, and the mid-range allows it to cut through a mix but still sound full and warm. Now let's hear the modern mode. That is a tight and brutally aggressive metal sound. The bottom is like wide and huge, but it stops on a dime. Palm muting gives you that sort of like clanky thing, like it sounds like you're hitting a brick wall with a metal pipe. And at the same time, there's this sort of like harmonic depth and warmth to that sound. It's like a beautiful mixture of like my Mark IV and like a 5150. So it's got the big wide fire-breathing thing, but it also has that like push that a 5150 has in the low end from having those big transformers. So now I'm just going to play a few of my presets from Whistler's set list so you can kind of like hear how I would dial up sounds with this AMP1. If it seems like I'm gushing, it's because I am. Like, this little monster has like blown my mind. I can't describe how much of a relief it is to know that when I go to practice or to a gig or whatever, that it's all just on the board. No running a complicated rack, no 4-cable method all the way from downstage to the back line, no carrying a case of backup tubes. I'm a father to a 5-year-old and it is exhausting. So anywhere that I can save energy is like manna from heaven, so shout out to the parent musicians. This thing is worth every penny of the $849 US that it costs at the time of making this video. So I want to thank Rich and Thomas at BluGuitar for sending this out to me and for being such cool guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please click the thumbs up, subscribe, and leave me a comment letting me know which amp mode was your favorite. And if you'd like to support what I do here, you can donate to the channel directly with the link in the description. And until next time, I'll catch you later.